everyone. Okay, hopefully my sound, hold on, I'm just going to adjust my sound because we had some sound issues last week. How is everyone this evening? As you can tell, I am once again not in my normal space. I could only talk my mom and dad into keeping my kids for the weekend, so I'm back in my childhood home. But yeah, I don't think that our sound is going to be glitchy today. So I actually brought some lights from back home, but I don't know. I don't think they're actually helping at all. So we'll see. So yeah, before we get going, I want to welcome all of our new Parentability families. We have 29 new families in total so far. I am so excited. We've already hit the ground running. Parents are starting to implement. We're starting to get some aha moments already. I am just so tickled, y'all. Just so tickled. So don't forget, you have until Thursday night at midnight Eastern to get into Parentability at the current price. So if you've been meaning to register, time is wasting. Also, if you have questions, please feel free to just ask, because I want everybody to make a 100% informed choice. My inbox is open. You can ask them in the comments if you prefer. Shoot me an email. However you're most comfortable, I'm around. Laura says my sound is good tonight. Okay. Woohoo! I sounded like I was underwater speaking through, I don't know, like Darth Vader's mask last week. I don't know what went wrong. I adjusted some things, but I can't really figure out why I sounded that bad last week, so I apologize. Okay, so tonight we're talking about the 4 things you should be doing now if you want well-behaved kids. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Allana Robinson, and I'm a parenting effectiveness coach. I help parents of toddlers and preschoolers understand why their children are misbehaving and how to fix it without yelling, shaming, or using timeouts. Carissa, yay! I'm so glad that you're loving Parentability so far. It makes me so happy. Okay, I'm not going to go on a tangent. I'm just so happy. So the first thing that you should be doing if you want well-behaved kids is to ask yourself why and why now. Not like, why do I want well-behaved kids now? Because obviously we all want well-behaved kids. I'm talking about in regards to their behavior. Why and why now? Children, especially young children, don't display behaviors because they lay awake at night going, how can I drive my parents up the wall tomorrow? Behavior is communication. Always. Okay? Even if that reason seems completely asinine to you. Even if that reason isn't immediately apparent, and even if they can't tell you what that reason is. Behavior is communication. So why is this happening, and why is this happening now? You're rarely going to have quick answers to this, unfortunately, but it always surprises me how many parents know the answer and dismiss it out of hand because it can't be that, right? My child can't be melting down at a picnic because he's tired. He just had a long nap. My child can't be refusing to do something because he doesn't know how. He's done it before. My child can't be goofing around because this activity is stressful for him. He wants to do it. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that if you feel the urge to say, it can't possibly be this, for X reason, that reason is partially probably at play. So why and why now? Why are they stressed? And why now? Hey, Corey! Yes, okay, glad. I'm so glad that we figured out whatever it was that was making me sound like Darth Vader underwater. Okay, so second is teach them what to do. I know that I'm repeating myself, and I don't care. Everybody on planet Earth has not yet gotten the memo. Telling them to not deal with their stress the way that they are does not immediately and innately communicate to them what they ought to do instead. And as I've said before, I get why this is difficult, because often you don't know what you'd prefer them to do, right? You just know that you don't want them to do what they're currently doing. But if you refer to the first thing I just told you about, asking why and why now, you'll have a much better idea, because you'll know what they're actually trying to accomplish, even if the way that they're going about it makes absolutely no sense to you. So it's much easier to redirect them or teach them what to do and actually have it stick. Like using the example of your child goofing off even though he wants to do an activity, and you've determined the why and why now is because he really wants to do the activity, but he's maybe not comfortable with a new group of people and he doesn't seem to know how to integrate with that group. So he's being a goof off to cover his shyness. Well, then the things that you need to teach him to do are calm himself down, introduce himself, and initiate play. Right? Things make a lot more sense when you ask why and why now, and then you try and figure out how to teach them what to do. Hey, Erica! Thing number 3 is to build underlying skills. Again, not new information. Having weak executive functioning skills is stressful. Okay? Just across the board. It doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult or a teenager or a senior, having weak executive functioning skills is stressful. It's like asking someone to use a dull saw to cut a piece of wood. It's going to take a lot more energy and effort than if you give them a nice sharp one that goes through wood like butter, right? If you've got dull executive functioning skills, it's going to take a lot more energy and effort than if they're strong, right? And using them is like second nature. The stronger they are, the less energy they take to use, the more energy that they have to get through the day, and the less unacceptable behavior you see. It's a pretty simple equation, but that doesn't mean that it's easy, right? Building skills is a lot of work. When you don't know how to build them, it can be downright overwhelming. So that's why thing number 4 is really important. Thing number 4 is actively seek out and engage with a support system. I know, believe me, I know. As a parent, it feels really vulnerable and almost shameful to actively seek out support, be that casual or professional, for your child's behavior. Believe me, I get it. As much as I intellectually understand the benefits of getting support, I personally often resist it for a long time. I didn't seek out support with my PTSD until it was like beating me over the head with how it was hurting everyone around me. I really do get it. It's a scary step, but it's also the most courageous one that you can possibly take. That moment when you go, I'm not handling this well on my own and I need help, is also the moment that you acknowledge that supporting yourself is supporting your child. And that can be a really tough mental leap. But I also know that once you take that step, you've already done the hardest part. Bashing things around over here. So one of my existing students, Ariella, she said to me that being in parentability has helped her stop feeling like she needs to be the right kind of mom. She said that her mother noticed just how much less stressed she was within a couple weeks of her joining. Because all those superfluous, cliquey, parenting style titles are only necessary when you just don't know what's going on with your child. So you have to rely on these pseudo cult-like parenting practices to feel like there's some cohesion to how you're raising your kid. When you truly understand how kids learn, how they grow, how they develop, you can make those choices for yourself from a place of empowerment and knowledge rather than fear and uncertainty. And that's always been my objective with parentability, to empower parents to be the experts on their own kids. And when they feel overwhelmed and stuck in their own heads and decidedly not like the expert on their own child, that they have somewhere safe and trusted and wildly supportive to turn to, talk it out, troubleshoot, tweak, and move forward again. When something doesn't go the way that you expected it to, which is like every day as a parent, to have a bunch of extra set of eyes on it to offer different perspectives, but not like mommy groups perspectives, where, everyone has these completely polar opposite views, right? We're all coming from a place of mutual understanding of the science, of the skills involved, of the importance of play and teaching, right? So everyone's offering different suggestions to meet the same goal. Could this be stressing him? Could that? How was, his last impulse control score? Could that be weak and stressing him out? Whether something is bothering them. It's so important when you're having these conversations for somebody to be able to pick out the small things and be like, wait, you said that. What did you mean by that? Because often we give the most information in the most trivial way. And that's it. We got you. We got you. And I think everyone needs that, whether it's parentability or a group of mom friends with similar experiences, or, like a facilitated play group or whatever. We all need a support system. If you're trying to parent your child in a vacuum, you're going to be stressed as shit, right? You are just going to be stressed to the hilt. And if you are stressed to the hilt, your kids are going to be stressed to the hilt too. So all of this is to say, if you can only take 4 things from me, let it be these. Find the root cause of the problem. Teach them how to fix the problem. Build the skills so that the problem doesn't happen again. And then find yourself a support system to lift you up when those first 3 things seem absolutely impossible and overwhelming. Okay? And parentability has been designed to help you fulfill all of those things in one fell swoop. And we would absolutely love to have you. Thank you, Corey. I'm glad. So that's it for me this evening. Short and sweet. Thank you so much for being here with me, everybody. If you have any questions about parentability, hit me. As I said, email me. My email address is allana@allanarobinson.com. It's very unique. Very difficult to remember. You can email me. You can hit up my inbox, either my personal inbox or my business inbox. I check them both like hourly. So, I'm winding down for the night, but I'm still around. Or just comment, ask me. I've got nothing to hide. And as I said, I am so invested in my students' success. I am so, I want every single parent who comes through my program to feel like it is a life-changing event. And I will do everything that I can to try and make that happen for you. But the first thing that I do is make sure that I can actually help you. I have a vested interest in making sure that you are successful, and that's not going to happen if I can't actually help you. So if you have questions about whether parentability is suitable for you, then hit me. I'm not going to tell you anything other than the absolute truth, because if you're coming into parentability, I want to make sure that you are going to knock it out of the park, and that what parentability offers is what you and your kid need. Okay? So I'm around. Hit me up. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening, and I will see you again next week for another Uncommon Sense parenting class. Have a good evening, everybody. Bye.